Hey guys, I thought instead of doing fun facts, let's look at magazine covers from July 1985 that would have been the same time this magazine review is going to come from. So this is Ebony Magazine. Obviously, we got Eddie Murphy on the cover. The dude was just killing it in the 80s. And then we had Life Magazine. AIDS was a massive thing in the 80s, pretty scary stuff. Your typical Vogue cover. Sorry, I don't know who the model is. Jamie Lee Curtis on the cover of Us. She was really big in the 80s. And then the Cosmopolitan cover. Again, I don't know who the model is. And then we got the Time Magazine with Steven Spielberg on the cover. Check out Mad Magazine here. That's a really cool cover. I love Mad Magazine. People Magazine had Cyndi Lauper for Goonies. Jamie Lee Curtis also got the Esquire magazine cover in July 85. And we got Sports Illustrated with Larry Holmes. Sunday had Madonna on the cover. Nice. Check out this hot rod cover. I just threw that one in there for fun. Pretty cool magazine, though. And then we had Hit Parade with Ozzy Osbourne. And finally, TV Guide with the Miami Vice guys. All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. It's magazine night. So, as I stated at the beginning, we're going to do BMX Action July 1986. So, this magazine, I already had the opportunity to thumb through it as I set up the intro for this video, and it is filled with great photos. I was like, wow, this is going to be a good one. On the cover of this magazine, as you can see, I don't have the cover, but on the cover we had Brad Birdwell. He was on Factory Murray. I was looking at the photo online, and I was just checking out the gear he was wearing. He had the JT colors, of course, with the JT helmet, JT shoulder pads, and the Oakley face mask. I never rocked that JT helmet, but I always admired it. I definitely used the Oakley face mask. I thought that thing was awesome. And this was before I moved on to the full face helmet. Eric Group is on the inset picture with Mike Miranda in tow. So Eric was rocking the Mongoose colors, and Mike Miranda was on the Hutch, but he was in those iconic pink colors with the pink Hutch. So it's a really cool shot. Okay, let's get inside the magazine now. So we've got the fifth more or less annual Mighty BMXA drawing contest. I love looking at the drawing contest. This is the fifth one, believe it or not. We have testing the Redline 600C, freestyle how to kick turn bar spinner, racing at the GT NBL National Series in Memphis. The race shots in here are really, really good, as you probably saw most of them in the intro. We have racing tips for double jumps, testing the Diamondback Super Streak, and outtakes for Captain Crunch. All right, let's get into it. Okay, let's start this magazine out. Let's see what we got. Okay, so for the first time in a while, we don't have a Haro ad in the middle of the first page of the magazine. We do have the S&R cranks, SR pedals, which are really, really cool. There's a small power light ad here on the left-hand corner showing some of the seat posts. So you've got your typical straight seat post, the laid back seat post, and the snake seat post, which they called it an S post. And it looks like that is Kurt Crisco on Powerlight on the bottom. I love the Powerlight colors. I've always have. And one thing I like about this shot, it's kind of hard to see, but this is such a cool number plate. I love this 09 number plate. And it was funny because I was thumbing through Facebook today and I saw that 09 still makes this original number plate here. They have the moto control, and then they have all the newest ones, obviously. I semi want to get this one, guys, because I've said it many times. I used to love folding it over the handlebars with the big 09 numbers. It just looks so cool. In this picture here with Greg Hill, this is a great shot of Greg. He's got the moto control that we were just talking about here. The national number one, I believe he's national number one USBA, could have been NBL here. The Zap pads, of course, he's running the Zap pad ad, sitting on the Porsche 911. It's got the checkers and the lightning bolt on it, so it's a really cool combination. They had the snakeskin here. They had the flames, checkers, just straight checkers with the lightning bolt. It doesn't show the chrome ones anymore with the lightning bolt. I wonder if they discontinued that at that point, because I had mentioned in previous magazines that I used Zap pads for a little while with the chrome, but it did start to peel. The clear coat starts to peel off, and after a while they start to become discolored. Maybe they were getting away from it for that purpose only. And that's it. That's a great shot of Greg, obviously. Let's keep on moving. All right, let's go into the Hutch ad right now. Sorry, guys, I had to pause to sneeze. All right, this is a great two-page ad for Hutch. So we got Tim Judge here in the corner. Tim is one of the raddest riders from the 80s. I always thought so. Some iconic frames here for Hutch. Everything Hutch was really, really high quality. It's kind of hard to beat Hutch. You got the Trickstar right here, which is heavily sought after right now for collectors, the Trickstar. This Haro style Hutch plate right here. Here's some more of the frame sets here. This looks like a Trickstar back here and a couple race frames here. So these are the Hollywood and the Hutch series here. You got your Hutch Pro Star, which was the top of the line, and you got a Hutch Pro Racer, which is actually a really quality race bike as well. And look at the stem, guys. That is just beautiful. And who can overlook these? Now the Hutch pedals, just real quick side thought. I thought Hutch pedals were amazing looking. I thought they were awesome, the chrome finish, but man, I never really desired to own a pair of Hutch pedals. I was simply afraid to hit my shin with these. If I have to say one reason why I wouldn't want them, well, two things. One, they were like 80 bucks at the time, and two, that they just look like they would just destroy your shins. Hutch High Performance Pro Raider, only $239 for an entry-level Hutch bike. And look at this. It's got chrome moly tubing. It's chrome plated. I think it looks like the forks and the frame is chrome moly, which is great. Front and back brakes, which most guys probably would have removed these. One-piece cranks, of course, to bring the cost down. It does look a little shorter than maybe a Pro Series bike, but for the most part, it's pretty cool. 175 millimeter cranks. I think I was running 180s. It came with Comp 3s, though. That's really cool. All right, let's keep going. Oh, this is a great ad right here for Mongoose and the Mongoose Pro Class wheels. And so they had in the inset here, you have, of course, Eric Roop, which at the time was the 84 NBL and USBA National #1 Pro. That was Eric Roop. And then we have the late, great Darwin Griffin down here. And then finally Billy Griggs. So Darwin was actually on Blue Max, but that's basically just a sister company to Mongoose, so that's really cool. And then we have the flight ad right here with all the cool seat covers and so forth that you can get. Seat covers are cool. I never really was into them. I think I've only bought one seat cover. It was California Light, and they were checkered to match the checkered pads. Of course, that got stolen. After that was over, I was done with the whole seat cover thing. But the seat cover on a positive note, at least for the California Lights, it had a foam insert that went inside the seat cover so it can soften the seat a little bit. Because let's face it, we were all using hard plastic race seats. They look super trick, but they were very, very hard. It's weird though, after years and years of sitting on it, you just get used to it. It doesn't feel hard to you anymore. So I guess your butt just gets used to it. But man, nowadays, man, it's hard to sit down on a bike. I like when I'm riding around the neighborhood and I'm sitting on my bike on the seat, after a while it just starts to kill me. Let's go to the next page. All right, here we go. So we got the GT Performance Parts ad here. Not much new to see here. I love this shot of Eddie Fiola right here, and the king of the skate parks, Eddie Fiola. Such quality parts here. Most of this is just all dedicated to freestyle, and we do have a small race shot of Rob Fade here in the corner. But the GT with the wings, that's so cool. I love it. And here's your 5th annual drawing contest. And so the winner of our last drawing contest was Andrew Jenkins, is now head honcho of Wizard Publications over the other magazine, which is Freestyling. Wow, I didn't know that. So Andrew went on to win this contest and then went to work for Freestyling magazine, which was an extension of BMX Action. That's really cool. I never knew that. Okay, so what's going on? So first place is going to get you a Schwin Predator, and then second place is going to get you the CW. Third place would have been the Skyway, which is odd because if I was to rank these bikes, I probably would have went Skyway, CW, Schwin, but what do I know? But there you go. Those are your top 3 prizes for the for the drawing contest. The drawing contests are always really interesting. Check out the red lines on the bottom. You got the 800p. These are really, really cool. Let's keep on going. Oh, more red lines here. So we've got the Redline 500B. Man, the 500B was only $179. Here's another 500B in chrome, $189. So for $10 more, you get the chrome version of it. You can get the RL20, which is a freestyle bike, obviously, $339, and then the RL22 for $250. And man, that comes with, no way, that comes with Redline flights? That can't be right. Why would that be $250 with the Redline flights? You would think it would be the other way around. Oh yeah, this must be the RL20 right here because it comes with the legendary Redline flight cranks at $339. That seems to be more of a reasonable price based on the fact that the cranks alone were $100 something. So that seems about right to me. Okay, let's keep on going. Shimano DX parts with the iconic Shimano DX pedals, which are still used today. This Shimano lever here, I actually used this for a little while, and it's a very small lever where you barely get your two fingers on it, but this was a pretty cool lever. I remember when my dad was putting this on my bike, he goes, "Why do you want this? It's no good, it's too small, it doesn't have any leverage." But to me, it was small and compact, and it looked super trick, so I didn't really care. And you got these cool looking hubs here. Let's keep on going. Oh man, now I've mentioned this a bunch of times, Varney sunglasses. Now, if you look at these now, you would think, oh man, those are sunglasses that my grandfather wears or my dad wears. Yeah, we did. Being that I am a father and grandfather, I loved Varney sunglasses still. And we would get them with the strings that attach here, and you can wear them around your neck while you were in class. So when you got in class, you just take them off and wear them around your neck. It looked really trick. Nowadays, it's just old school looking things, but it's awesome. It's vintage, I guess you can call it. Let's keep going. This is a great ad. I've seen this one before. Mike Polson was the poster boy for Schwin at the time, and it well deserved because he was a superstar in the sport. I love this ad. I love the way it centers around the bike. It makes that the priority. But in the background, you got Polson leaning up against this big Cadillac in his full-on race gear, just staring at the bike, and that's really, really cool. As far as the quality of this bike concerns, obviously it's pretty entry level. But as you can start seeing through all these magazine reviews, most of the bikes that are advertised are going to be entry-level bikes because they're attracting people to buy them based on the price of the bicycle. So look at it's only $154.95 in chrome and $144.95 for blue. So now you're talking about getting a BMX bike that's race ready for less than $200, and this can definitely be rocked in the novice class, no problem. As soon as you start getting a little bit better, a few little upgrades here and there, and the bike's in the expert class. The only difference is it's a little bit short, and a lot of the factory riders had issues riding these bikes, so that's why they probably didn't even ride these. Okay, let's keep on going. Okay, the Redline 600A, this is the official, or 600C, this is the official test. The thing I like about Redline at the time is the color choices. You got the yellow, the violet, looks like a turquoise and white. Colors are amazing, very eye-catching, and you can take a bicycle that's about $200 level and make it look super trick just based on the colors. So I really, really appreciate where the direction Redline was going at the stop to blow my nose. That sneeze that I did a second ago just was killing me. All right, let's keep on going. Here's some great shots. Now, I was looking at some of these shots of RL. RL was testing the bikes, and here's how versatile this guy was, because here he is catching a flatty on dirt, serious race mode right here, but then you can put him on a quarter pipe and look what the guy can do. So he's on the race version here, he's on the freestyle version here, and the guy can do it, but he can do it all. You know, I kind of sit and wonder sometimes as I start looking at these magazines and reminiscing about the great riders of the time, is how good RL would have been as a racer if he would have put more effort into his racing than his freestyling. I think RL's heart is in freestyle for sure, definitely. But I mean, look at this guy. I definitely think he could have competed. I wonder if he can have competed at the pro level. He's just a great rider. I think so. I really think he could have done it. Out of all the guys that were on the test teams, I think RL could have done both. He's kind of like the Bo Jackson of BMX. I can do both sports. At least that's my opinion, guys. Tell me if I'm wrong. What? This shot is amazing. Oh, hold on, guys. I got a phone call. I'm going to pause for 1 minute. All right, let's get back to it. Okay, so this shot of Scott Clark is awesome. I definitely used it for the intro. Let's just take a look at the details. I love looking at the details. Obviously, he's got the red Vans that match the red JT leathers. You've got to love this. It's a perfect combination. It just complements each other. He's wearing the white tube socks because, guys, in the 80s, we all wore tube socks. Let's face it, nobody wore ankle socks or no-shows. Everybody was wearing these. Nowadays, if my socks go over my shoe, I don't like it at all. But back then, my socks were like way up here. But anyway, he's got the Vans on, JT leathers. This is an interesting Redline jersey because it's not the traditional Redline colors that we see. You can see how it has the checkers going down the sleeves, the checkers on the chest, and it's got Redline running vertically up the chest in yellow, which actually looks really cool. It's a cool little splash of color. Would I say this is my favorite Redline kit? Probably not, but I do love Redline colors, always have. The JT helmet complements the JT pants. He's got the JT leather gloves that are interesting that he's going with blue gloves because there's nothing blue at all in the colors, but it actually looks cool because it pops. So I do like that. Now let's take a look at his bike. Now if you're looking at Scott's bike, he's got that turquoise color, which I really, really like the color combination on this bike. And he's got the iconic Redline flights, chrome Ukiah wheels, chrome Ollie forks here. So the chrome of the forks matches the chrome in the back of the frame and the chrome on the handlebars, fork lifter bars, and the Redline handlebar, the Redline number plate I've mentioned before, way ahead of its time, guys, because if you think about it now, all the modern riders are using the smallest number plate. Nobody runs a big plate. So Redline figured that out decades ago. Because look at this. No, this is way ahead of its time. And when this came out, I wouldn't say it was the most popular setup. I didn't see a lot of guys running the Redlines forklifter bars because then you were limited to this number plate. But if you look at the guy in the background, that's the kind of number plates everybody was rocking. So this is just a really, really cool shot. I love it. And here's the bike he was testing, Redline 600C. The bike itself went from $225 painted to $230 in chrome. So for $5 more, you can get the chrome one. But in this case, I'd probably go with the colored one, because the colored one just banging. I love it. With the chrome rear end, this is this is exactly what the Haro RS1 was. Color in the front, chrome in the back. But it faded in the back, whereas the Redline just stops here and here and it goes to chrome. So that's really, really cool. And it comes with the one-piece cranks, Gino chromoly cranks, along with the Victor pedals. It's a pretty cool setup, actually. For $225, man, you can't really go wrong. That's a great buy. Not too crazy about these types of handlebars here. I love the handlebars that Scott's running, the forklifter. These, not so much. I don't really like them as much. But it looks really cool, needless to say. Let's keep on going. So this is a really big freaking test because it's got all these different versions of Redline in here. And this is RL's personal bike. And it says, "Here 'tis RL's personal freestyle machine. This ain't your run-of-the-mill freestyle scoot. We're talking Rolls-Royce level from nose to tail. This thing is cool. If RL could install a phone on it somewhere, he'd probably never leave it. Well, except maybe for the munchies or an occasional pit stop." So this is RL's personal freestyle bike, and it's trick. I mean, everything RL rode was really trick, and this is really, really clean looking. And like I said, I'm not really one for freestyle bikes, but you have to appreciate how cool that looks. Ralph Sampson doing the nutriment ad here, and then we've got the iconic profile ad. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, as many magazines have I reviewed, and I'm telling you, this ad never changes for profile. They're like, rerun it, run it, run it. We don't need to see. All we need is a black and white ad. Everybody knows how good these cranks are. That's it. And they did the same ad over and over and over again, which I don't blame them. All right, let's keep on going. Okay, we got the Tioga ad here, Cool Tool here, and Hank and Frank, the bike shop of the Bay Area. And you know that the Patterson brothers definitely were backed by Hank and Frank, so that's a really cool, iconic bike shop. Let's keep moving. Frankfurt BMX, We got your skateboard ad here, Earth Cruiser, and then let's keep on going since these are all ads. We got the kick turn bar spinner, and again, RL getting busy. And here's your sequence of photos. This looks like a simple embankment he's going up of this blacktop. You can see he gets up, he sets up, starts to do a little kick turn, spins the bars all the way around, and then perfectly lands off and rides away. So really cool flat land trick. Something that probably would have broke my ass. Let's keep going. We got the CW ad over here, but it's actually a Terry cable ad. Dyno number plate, which I always thought this number plate was kind of trick. And the Total Tough BMX Super X Wyman rims, which looks really cool. Looks like Kurt Crisco back here. Great GT ad. Tommy Bracken's over here doing his thing on the white GT Mach 1, and you got the the Chrome GT Pro Series bike here. Here's $229 for the Mach 1. Let's go. Man, the prices were insanely good. Guys, if I can jump into a time machine and just scoop up a bunch of these bikes, and I could be selling them for like 3 or 4 times what they're worth here. 220 times. Here's your 229.95, and here's your CW team right here. Oh, I said CW, guys. Your GT team right here. Sorry, GT. That was a total mistake. To my defense, it's like 12 o'clock, so midnight. I'm getting a little tired. We got the typical full-page Diamondback ad, and it's Radabazonkical. Let's try it again. Radabazonical. There you go. I think that's what they're trying to say. But pretty cool ad here, jumping over the cops. You got to love it. And look at on the inside of the windshield, there's your factory team right there. Really easy to overlook that, but that's really cool. I love it. Okay, let's keep on going. Here we go. This is the Memphis GT NBL National Series. This is really, really cool shot. Who's in this shot right here? We got a Vector rider. What a feeling, blasting out of the first berm in the lead with everyone hot on your tail. Paul Nichols has the primo position right here. He settled for second in 18-24 cruiser. Great race shot. Look at the Vector down the shin. Vector colors are pretty cool with the black and red. Love it. Great, great shot. Let's keep on moving. Oh, guys, these pictures are so great. What do we have here? So we got Michael Fickert, who came all the way from South Africa, demolished the 14-15 Open, beating the likes of Mike King and Jameson Hendler. It was no fluke. This dude is quick. So this guy came from South Africa, Mike Fickert, and beat Mike King. Mike was killing it back then, guys. And Jameson Hendler was the man too. So this dude came into our country and laid it down just to say, hey, I went over there and kicked Mike King's ass. Man, well, I shouldn't say he kicked his ass. I didn't see the race, but he beat him. That's pretty cool. What do we got right here? Here's Jameson Hendler, speak of the devil. Jameson Hendler snuffocated the 15 expert whoobies and grabbed a second behind South African hot shoe Michael Fickert in 14-15 Open. Very cool. There's Hendler. Oh, what do we got here? There he goes, the Redline Flash. John Anderson, who won just about everything he entered in Memphis, first in 17 expert, second in 16 and over open, and first in 17 cruiser. A passable days of work, huh? That's awesome. Great shot, too. I love this. Let's take a look at some of his detail here. So these Redline pants, not sure who's making these. These are definitely not JT's, because when we looked at the shot of Scott Clark, he was wearing the exact same jersey, but he definitely was not wearing these pants. So these pants are cool with the stripe going down the side, but definitely not JT's. I love that he's wearing like a basketball style shoe. He's not wearing Vans, and he's got Redline flights. The white frame and fork looks pretty sick. Look how high the seat is, guys. We did not care. And he's rocking that 09 number plate, national number 8. That's cool for 1984 NBL. This is really cool, by the way he set up his number plate. I love it. Okay, let's keep on rolling. Oh, wow. This is amazing. Look at this shot. Tommy Bracken's leading the troops around the first berm in Memphis. Tommy was too awesome. The other pros never knew what hit him. Wow, he was just killing it. Man, look at that number 309 number plate Tommy's rocking right there. That is awesome. I'm pretty sure Sean over at at Rad BMX Builds has a number plate replica of this one. I'm pretty sure. I love the 09 wet weather gloves he's wearing right here. The Dino leathers look amazing against this Dino jersey. And all the GT colors are just awesome. And I love this GT helmet. And Tommy's just all business, man. Look at that. Look at it. Look at his eyes, man. He's just looking straight ahead. And I'm not sure who the rider is here on the vector colors behind him. We got two more GT riders in tow, so that's really cool. But we'll look at the results in a second, and that'll help identify. Ooh, Brad Birdwell. So Brad was on the cover of the magazine. So sorry I don't have the cover. Brad Birdwell was practically unstoppable this year. That didn't stop him in Memphis. He picked up first in 13 Expert and 12 and 13 Open, but he got dusted by Lawin Cunningham in the 13 and under cruiser class. Hard to believe he's only 13. He's a big dude. Here we got the little guys, Britt Audi and Sean Allstott, rocketed over the tricky first jump. These guys snagged uno and dos respectively in both in 9 Expert and 8 and 9 Open. So those two guys were battling in two classes, 1 and 2 both times. Let's keep going. Oh, here we go right here. Keep away from the track. Here comes the 16 and over Open heavyweights. Travis McGee, number 70, scored a win in 16 and over Open and 16 Expert mains, while his teammate, the unflappable killer himself, Tim Kakaris, trumped the 18 and over Expert class. Very, very cool. And we got more little guys up here. And look, Martha, there goes another batch of them. 11 Experts picking up and poking their way through the first berm. Great, great race shots. This thing is just amazing, guys. And here's your, we got a Bike Gallery ad with Daryl Young here. This is a great shot. I put that in the intro. And here's the Memphis track itself. I love looking at the tracks from the 80s. It's so awesome to look at this and think about all the pedaling that we had to do back in the day. Sorry, guys, I needed a drink of water. So here's your starting gate. Now, this is pretty normal for the 80s with only one jump in the first straight. And it wasn't very uncommon that you'd have a peaky first speed jump. And man, these were tough for me. I mentioned in previous magazines that I'm just not a tall guy. So sometimes these taller speed jumps were kind of tricky for me. I did the best I could with them. You got nothing in front of, once you're past this first speed jump, there's nothing in front of you. You can just go for it. Nothing coming through the first turn. And then as you exit, you're going up a step jump. Step jumps are always fun. You just fly over it, as it says right here. There's a speed jump, a small one going into the second turn. And again, nothing in your way, all the way up until this small tabletop. So what I'm going to say right now is once you're up here, I was imagining myself going up high, pedaling down, picking up a ton of momentum, and just spinning all the way to this tabletop, flow through the tabletop, and then you got kind of a flat off-camber turn that goes up into another speed jump, into a small set of doubles. Then you got a little bit of room to fly here. You got a lot of room to pedal. Small tabletop to the finish line. Very simple track. But at the same time, it looks like a ton of fun to ride, except for the fact that, boy, you better be in shape because it seems like there's a lot of pedaling. Let's look at the results. So A Pro, Tommy Brackens took the win. Greg Hill took second. Richard Zagars with the third. Eric Roop, Didi Leone, John Pyatt, Scott Clark, and Rob Fade, all superstars. The Pro Cruiser, Didi Leone got that one. Stu Thompson picked up the second. Turnell Henry with the third. Toby Henderson, Ken Amon, Jeff Rumanier, Tim Judge, Eric Roop, all superstars. Pro Award, also known as Pro Open, Greg Hill won that one. Greg did pretty well. Figure Greg picked up second in A Pro, and he got first in Pro Award. Stu Thompson with the second, and Mike Miranda picking up the third. The B Pro was Ken Amon, Malem Abrams, rest in peace, and Mike Hibner. Ooh, they had a Pro Girls class. So we had, let's see, Pro Girls was Tammy Willever, Jenny Zuner, and Wendy Rutherford wrapping it up for the Pro class for Memphis NBL National. Great, great results. I wish I could sit here and read them all, guys, but I'm already losing my voice. All right, what do we got here? Here we go. Here's Tammy Willever. So Tammy won the Pro women's class. So Tammy Willever was top eliminator in Pro Girls class. That's right, Pro Girls. Will this attract more girls into BMX? It sure did. As we know, Pro Women, is an excellent and fun class to watch. Super athletes in that class. I love watching them race. Okay, let's keep going. First Class BMX. This is a great ad with him, Pete Lonkarevich, Pistol Pete, still factory '09 at the time. I love the wooden the wooden starting gate. It's all painted red and yellow to match the colors of CW. So very well done by CW. Now let's see. We got every bike needs a pump. You got a pump ad. LHR tires, another GT ad, and Rockville BMX. Ooh, what do we got here? Double jumps. Man, here's the man, Mike Polson. Yep, there he goes. Old Moto Mike Polson, calmly sailing over the death pit at the lot in Silmar. Ain't he stylish? The lot is one of the favorite riding areas of San Fernando Valley Hot Shoes, of which Mike is now fully fledged member. He just moved there from Layton, Ohio. So you can see these doubles are pretty gnarly here, but it's no problem for Mike. As you look at the inset right here with the sequence shot, you've got the launching double is right. I'm sorry, the launching jump is right here. You're going to get backside right here. So even though these don't look that huge, you have to understand the distance for him to get across. It's at least 2 bike lengths for him to get across, because you can see he's here, 1, 2, and then over. So actually, I would say 3 bike lengths to get over. So jumping doubles in the 80s, okay, I'm going to say this. It's a lot of fun. Once you get over the actual fear of hitting it, after that, it's just a lot of fun, and then you can't get enough of it. But when you first, anytime I ever launched a set of doubles, I'm telling you guys, I felt like I'm going to go for it. I would jump, get in the air, stomach would drop to my knees, and then I'd land smoothly and go, I can do it. Every single time. There was very few times where I'd hit a set of doubles and totally crashed. It always scarier than it looks. Let me just put it to you that way. I mean, it looks scarier than it was, excuse me. Great ad by Amy. And then terminate your competition. So ProTech is spinning off the whole popularity of the Terminator movie, because Terminator came out in 1984. That movie was such a smash hit, and it definitely was still popular in 1985. So you can see ProTech jumped on that, and this is a really cool ad for ProTech. We got the IRC tires, Z3s. They look kind of like snake bellies in a way. I love the fact that he's on a Skyway with white tufts. That looks super clean. You got your stickers ad, Action BMX Cycle Company ad. We're getting close to the end already, guys. We're doing great tonight. More ads, Midwest Vans, Central Skate, and the Diamondback Super Streak test. Look at this shot. That is awesome, man. Is that Chris Moeller? That has to be Chris Moeller. I'm guessing that it is. Nope, it's Kirk. So it's let's see, Holy Cowabazonical Radness Batman. Wow, I can't even say that word. Is that Captain Kirk flying the super streak over one of the jumps at Mike Miranda's secret trashing grounds in Riverside? You bet it is. The SS proved to be an able flyer after we changed out the bars that were too small, that is. That is really cool. And I can understand why they would change out the bars, because look at the size of these little tiny bars. And you can see right here, he's running some Galindos. I could see the little braces here and here. But this is a great shot. Man, that is just straight BMX right there. I love that shot. Whoa, here's some more action. Look at this shot of Doug Davis. I love it. Doug Davis cruised on up from San Diego to spectate during the testing activities and do a little riding for our cameras himself. High-speed burn blur. That is a great shot of Doug right there. And then let's take another look at Kirk here in this shot. It's just so awesome, man. He's reaching down to tap the front tire. That's amazing. That is so cool. I love it. Here's the total bike right here. Not so bad. Bars are ridiculously small, but the bike itself is cool. I mean, it's kind of like, when you see this, I kind of wonder what was going on with Diamondback when they put these bars on. You can see they're so small. Even the angle of the handlebars are kind of sticking up like rabbit ears. I don't understand what's going on here, but the rest of the bike itself looks great. I mean, it looks just about as good as anything else you can get at the time. Oh my gosh, there's just more great shots here. So the total bike cost was $199 for chrome, $189.95 for colors. As you can see, there's a small theme going on here with the fact that if you're going to pay just a tiny bit more for chrome, but not much a big deal here. Great shot from Doug here. More action from Kirk, getting the flatty over here. And he was doing all this with a broken hand, a broken thumb, which is nuts. I didn't even realize he was riding with a broken thumb. That's crazy, but these shots are amazing. We got more ads here. Here comes the stud. And we got MKS, Rockville, this BMX binders. And then, of course, the sweepstakes ad and Team Cycle with the lower end products, but they did not stop them from advertising heavily. And I think it's really cool. The stuff you would find in department stores, but it was good enough, I could say. Oh wow! Look at this ad, Sagino. These cranks look really, really close to what Redline flights would be, but they look super trick. And then you got the GHP ad right here. So GHP, BMX Excellence from GHP. This is Greg Hill Products. This is a great ad. And look at Greg dabbling in the freestyle. Very good. You kind of had to, guys. There was no way. And look at Kirk. Oh, no. Yes, sports fans, life as a high-paid factory tester for the most factory magazine has its side benefits, but slipping both pedals over a gnarly set of doubles isn't one of them. Oh, the pain and the agony. Wow, he must have been in some serious pain. But that is it, guys. That is BMX Action July 1985. This one, guys, was a fun one. I really enjoyed it. Great pictures in this magazine. And I really appreciate you guys watching and commenting and subscribing. We're doing really great, guys. We're at 830 subscribers. I think we can break that 900 mark by the end of April. At least that's going to be my goal. And then from there, it should be downhill to get to the 1,000. As always, guys, please like and subscribe. And I will see you guys next week. We're going to jump into a race video next week. Looking forward to that. And thank you very much for watching, guys. See you in the next one.